Hey guys, Jeremy here from Level Up Roadcraft in Katoomba. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're doing your hours. This is the very first episode in a series of how to pass the peace test. And today's episode, we're talking about the things you need to do just before you literally depart on the peace test. So the things you do the night before and the things you do the morning of, or whatever it may be, but the things that make a bigger difference than you would think. First and foremost is make sure whatever vehicle you're taking to the RMS, you clean it. Nothing worse than a dirty car. When you see a dirty car, you assume that the driver's a bad driver, or maybe that their car is not in good functional form. So make sure first and foremost you clean the outside of your car. Make sure before you go anywhere that your headlights do not have any cracks in them. Make sure that your little side indicators are all working. Check all of those. We'll get to that very shortly. Then if we look on the inside of the car, make sure your car is clean. Okay, we've got our hand sanitizers there. The only thing we have in our center console is a COVID mask, a glasses cloth, and a couple of keychains and some pens. By the way, take your own pen into the RMS, okay? It's really handy. In your door, get rid of your spare Coke bottles. Get the McDonald's out of the back of your car. So if you've got if you're one of those people, as you see, I've got some paperwork under the seat here, which just, standard paperwork I keep. Oh, I've got to fix that up. But if you've got crap in here, bags and stuff, clean it all out. Vacuum your seats. Make sure you armor all your car. Make sure that you got some nice smelly stuff in there. All right. As much as you clean your car as well, you may want to think about cleaning yourself. Make sure that you're not picking up clothes off the dirty laundry. Clean clothes, as if you're going for a job interview, okay? It could be casual, it doesn't matter. You might be in a work uniform or a school uniform, that's fine, but just be presentable in clean clothes. It's amazing how much someone will give you more leeway and have more trust in you if you smell nice and if your car is clean, all right? It sounds really silly. Now, before you get going, make sure up in here, I've got my dash cam. We want to pull the power on the dash cam, and we also want to take the SD card out, all right? And then we're not allowed to track anything, so we want to make sure we take the tablet out and make sure that there's no tracking devices. It's perfectly okay to tell people, the RMS assessor anyway, look, we've disconnected all the cameras, all the SD cards are out, no tracking, no filming. Now, if any of you guys are wondering, this is my little pay pass. We're probably the only driving school anywhere on the mountain that can take mobile phones, watches, and credit cards. We can take it all on the spot, so we don't need cash. We can do it all on card nowadays because, we're totally COVID friendly and all that stuff. And make sure that all of this is ready. Make sure that the person feels like they're getting in a clean car, in a safe car, and you will find that there is less judgment. The calmer the person, the calmer the assessor is. So if they're very calm, they're probably less likely to be trying to find things to bust you on. They're less likely to catch something that might just be a small human mistake. Remember, it's a high pressure situation, not really high pressure, you're just going for a drive, but it can be pressure, feel like pressure's on you for some people, and if they're calm and you're calm, it just works better. Another thing is assessors love it if you get there early. Get there 15 minutes before your appointment, okay? Because you've got to fill in that sheet that talks about, I want to apply to get my Ps. That might take you 5 minutes. Then you're going to be 10 minutes ready. Sure, you're going to be doing that, but at the end of the day, great idea to do. If you're a smoker, have your durries and make sure you've got enough time that you're not having a durry 2 minutes before you go, because when you have a cigarette, it sticks on you for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm not knocking you. I smoked for 20 years and gave up years ago, but I smoked for a lot of years, so I understand what it's like. You're stressed, you want to have a dart. If you're going to have your durry, have it and make sure you got 15, 20 minutes to let that smell kind of air off you, right? Because the assessor may not like cigarette smoke. Maybe they had someone die of lung cancer or something, they've got a real aversion to it, Things like that, you just never know. So consider the person who's granting you the ability to drive on your own as a VIP and treat them like it's a piece of work and treat them like a VIP. Clean the outside of the car, clean the inside of the car. Make sure you're clean. Make sure you've got your hand sanitizer. Make sure you have your mask. It shows and demonstrates you care about your impact on society because we've got to share the roads together. Make sure you get all your rubbish out of the car. Make sure that there's nothing in the boot. There's nothing that's going to roll around the car as you go. Make sure you get there 15 minutes early. Make sure your paperwork is complete before you get called up. And make sure that you've had your ciggy long before. And if you need to take a breath mint as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to teleport to the RMS, where I'm going to show you when you go in to get the assessor, what they come out, some little tiny tricks that may save you, because you can fail the test even before you leave the RMS car park. So I'm going to show you a couple of little tricks that help convey that you know how to maneuver the vehicle, you know how to adjust the vehicle, and you know how to take off without even saying a word. Make that assessor confident in your ability. So anyway, we're giving away some free driving lessons shortly, so make sure you subscribe. Go find us on Facebook, Level Up Roadcraft on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. This is going to be a series. If there's a video you would like me to do about how to pass the PCS, if there's a specific thing that you're worried about or you're not sure about, put it in the comments down below. I will make a video specifically for that, but we're doing a series. So hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell in the corner, and we're going to be jumping over to the RMS. Hey guys, so we're in the car. Here is the rules, or the basic overall of before you start the piece test, all right? So first and foremost, what we do is before we go out and get the assessors, and by the way, always turn up 10 minutes early, all right? They love you when you show that you're a little bit early, but here's what we do, all right? We make sure that we take the mirror and we turn the mirror other way. Make sure that's skewed. The other thing we do is we take the seat and we knock the seat back. Now we're gonna go get the assessor, all right? Now in this case, we don't have an assessor to go get, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna bring you out, all right? And they're going to come and stand at the back of the car, just like this. And they're gonna ask you to get in the car, start the car, and put your left indicator on and your right indicator on, then touch the brake lights. Then they're going to walk around this side of the car and come to the front. And again, they're gonna ask you to put the right indicator on and then the left indicator on, because they're checking that all the bulbs are working and your headlights as well, all right? So it's really important to do those things. Now you're going to be sitting in the car when this happens, so at the end of the day, when you're sitting in the car here doing your bits and they're checking out your things, do not touch your seat, do not touch your mirror, okay? Then they're going to walk back around, they're going to get in the car. Now when they get in the car, that's when you can adjust your seat, because they'll hear that. And by hearing that click, 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 they're going to know that you know how to put your seat position correctly, okay? The very last thing they're going to say, so you get everything else ready, you know, get your seatbelt on, do your bits, start your car, and then they're going to say to you, when you're ready, move off, okay? That, before you do anything, you do one last check of your mirrors. So you should be, when you pull out, you should be checking left head check, left hand mirror, center mirror, right mirror, right. And what you'll realize is the center mirror is out of alignment. So what do? We fix the alignment of the center mirror. And all of that has to be done before we take off. Now at this point, you have demonstrated without saying a word, you know that your car is good to work because all your bulbs are working. Remember, no cracked tail lights, no cracked headlights. Make sure they're all good. Make sure all your bulbs are working before you get to the RMS. Because if you're going to have a bulb not working, they may have to send you home or they may cancel your test, right? There's not enough tests going around at the moment, so don't make that silly mistake. Make sure all your car's in good working order. You've also demonstrated you can get your seating position correct, and you have also demonstrated you can get your mirrors correct just by keeping that last little bit. So before we start the test, that's how we do it. And remember, every RMS has one of these stop signs on it. Yep, just there. That's the stop sign that gets people to fail even before they've left the RMS at the very beginning, but they may bring you back through that stop sign at the end of the test, and in which case you got to remember it exists at the end of the test, because there may be no parking outside the RMS where the learners typically park. It might be fully booked that day and taken up, so in that case they may take you through the stop sign again. So remember it exists not just for the start, but remember it exists at the end. Anyway, that's it. That's the very first part you need to know, combined with, you know, the pre-thinking and all that. That's what you need to know before you actually start driving on your piece test. Remember to stay calm, pay attention, to keep safe, and we'll catch you again on the next episode.